This is Nancy with Nancy's Garden Soap, and tonight I'm making shower favors or wedding favors, small little bars that can be used for showers and gifts. So I'm going to be using the fragrance oil Plumeria, and I have my fragrance oil in the back here, fragrance, and then I've mixed up, I have another video where I mix up this purplish color out of colors that aren't purple. I guess that's actually it's kind of like a magenta. I really like it, and I think it'll go well with the Plumeria. And then I have some reconstituted goat's milk powder, and I have videos on how I reconstitute that for adding. I've mixed up some satin mica in oil to add also. So I have my oils here, and they are room temperature, slightly warmer. And I have my lye in the back here, so I'm going to add the lye in. I mixed the lye up a while ago, as in like an hour ago, and so it's cooled down a bit. I envision a soap that is that fuchsia or magenta color with some white in it. It might turn out being a white with the magenta or magenta with white. I'm not quite sure yet. But, okay, let's stick blend this. All right, that looks emulsified. So I am going to, I believe the fragrance oil rices a little bit. So I think what I want to do is add my goat's milk next, mix that in. And that might heat it up a little bit. So let's just stir for a bit. I did strain the goat's milk mixture. Temperature feels pretty good. And I think I want to add in my white mica next to whiten all of it. That helps a little bit, doesn't it? Okay. I'm going to get my mold ready. Alright, I brought the mold up, and now I'm going to add the fragrance oil in. And hope for the best, because I think it might accelerate. It's a floral, and a lot of times florals will accelerate your trace or rice and cause problems. Smells good. So far, so good. All right, now I want to separate some of this out, and I want to do an in the pot swirl. So I'm going to separate some and add the color to it. Can't really see there. What's that? Okay. Adding in the purple. Oops. I wish, I wish I'd thought of calling myself the Klutzy Soaper. I think that would have worked. Would have worked for me. Shame it's already taken. Clumsy Soaper. Isn't it Kathy? I should tag you or something. All right. Would have been a perfect name for me. And I think I want to get it a little bit darker. So I'm going to mix up a little bit more of my colors. Hang on one second. All right, so I'm going to mix some more of the color, which is a little bit of this neon right here. Sorry, the bodacious neon blue, which does not want to come out. And a little bit of the glamour pink, which I did this in a separate video. Unfortunately, you have to watch it again if you already watched that one, because I need more. This, and I'm going to pull out some of the soap, stick it in. stir it up. Because I wanted a more intense color for my swirls. I'm telling you, klutzy tonight. All right, I am trying to rush a little bit. Let's put this into here. My family's still awake, which also makes for some distractions. I usually soap at night when they're all in bed. All right, that's a little bit better, I think. I wanted something a little bit more intense, purple. All right, stick blend a little bit. All right, let me clean up and we're gonna pour.
Oh, we have a test tomorrow.
All right, here's the soap, the white soap here, and it's getting thick. I think I'm going to stick blend it real quick. This is a little bit of ricing. Do you see that? It looks a little bit like applesauce. That's called ricing. And you can stick blend it out. So I'm going to use my stick blender. It's going to get a little bit of purple in it, but that's all right. That is at a medium to thick trace, and I'm going to scrape my sides and pour in the this color here. So pouring some this side here. I'm going to raise it up real high and pour some over here so it goes down to the bottom. And same with here. Good thing I got goggles on. And I think one of the tricks to doing an in the pot swirl, well, one of the concepts is don't use too much color. Just a little bit of color goes a long way. If I were looking at this soap, I would say I've used too much color. So you could use a lot less and still get really cool results by using a lot less color, a lot less soap that is colored. All right, so what I'm going to do is go around the sides once, down through the middle, over to the other corner, and go across. So it's kind of like an X. And then I think I'm going to go across one more time and around. Okay, I think that's about what I want. And I'm going to pull the mold over and pour. All right, I think that angle's kind of decent. Let's see if we can do this. Okay, I'm going to start down here and pour some in. And try to go back and forth. I can't really see what I'm doing. Like so. I think you can see that all right. All right, now I'm going to lean it over here and then scrape out the container. You know, the amount of fragrance this called for was not very high, very low percentage. And someday I think I need to do a little video on how to calculate out how much soap you can use according to the recommended standards. And I think it was a surprise to me when I realized that if you used 1 ounce of fragrance oil per pound of oils, that translates as 6%, a 6% usage rate when you're talking about what's the maximum amount of fragrance you can use with a soap. Okay, that's about it. I will see you tomorrow for the cut. Okay, it's the next day, and last night this soap went through gel phase. I am really happy with it. Look at the end right here. And it came out of mold super easy. All I had done was I greased the sides of the mold with beef fat, and it just slipped right out. So here's the plan for this. I'm going to be cutting loaves of it. I'm going to be cutting it into 2-inch by 2-inch chunks like this. If you've seen some of my other shower favor videos, you'll know that that's how I cut them. I cut them one time down this end where I have 2 wires missing, making some room. So I'm missing the middle wires here and here, and I'm going to line it up so it cuts off a little bit at the end. It's a little bit challenging for the first cut because I have to support the weight and cut at the same time. So let's see if you can see this. Yes. And slide it so that I'm cutting just a little bit off the end, like so. And it turns into a loaf. I'm then going to turn just a wee bit, quarter turn. Here's the end piece. Just really like this. I'm struggling with the idea of whether I should actually just cut this into bars because I like it so much. But I'm going to cut it this way into 1/2-inch slices, okay, like that, down the end. So let me go through and we'll cut these first into loaves. There's 2. Do the next 2. Lift. Set it down here. It has a really, it's Plumeria is the fragrance. It smells like a little bit fruity and a little bit floral. It's really nice. And I didn't really use, it has a very low usage rate for the fragrance oil. I think the website said 1.5%, so I only used a quarter, 0.25 ounces, no, 0.24 ounces per pound of oils. I just think these are really nice, like that. All right, that was number 3 and 4. Comes 5 and 6. And for the last 2, I usually make one big bar for the hubby. See how I can do that. And here's the last 2. These are 9 and 10. I made 10 loaves out of this, plus one big bar, because he likes big bars of soap. Something that's good for samples here. Okay, I lowered you down so you can see the view from this side. I'm taking the loaf like this and setting it down on here. And I heard a beep. I thought it was something else. All right, now we're going to be trimming these guys. Let's try that. Okay, that gives me 4 slices that are 1 inch thick each. And now I'm going to just keep them all together, lift it up, and slide them over a little bit. All right, so I slid it over a little bit, and now I'm going to cut it again, like so, and show you the slices that I got. 1, 2, I see a speck of blue in that one. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I feel like you lose a little bit of the swirl this way, you know, because they're gradiated. Most of the swirl's at the bottom, but I think it's nice. Okay, next, let's see if we can run through these real quick. I try to get 8 from each loaf, just because the more bars I can get, the lower my cost is, so I can sell at a better price. Makes me a little bit more competitive. The fragrance is really good. I think that's what I'm most surprised about. I don't think the bars are that outrageously beautiful with this technique. But I am really happy with the color combination, and the fragrance I think is really good. All right, here they are. I think there's 70 of the little ones, plus these bigger chunks over here, and a full-size bar for the man in the house, even though it's Plumeria fragrance, which is kind of a floral, but we'll enjoy that. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please write them down below. You can see my soaps that are available for sale at www.nancysgardensoap.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.